along and let me show you my plant collection. This is a silver pothos. Okay, I got this plant a couple of months ago. Here is my bonsai. I do not know what type of bonsai it is. Over here is my Christmas cactus. My African violet is very boring right now because it lost its flowers. Here is my mini Fittonia that I was talking about with the pretty pink and green leaves. In the back, behind this beautiful African mask, behind there is a jade plant. This is one of my favorite types of plants. This is a succulent plant. Up here, there's another African mask. But up here I have a ponytail palm. Okay. This is a highlight plant. Okay, so that's why I keep it right next to the window. Okay. Next, I have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plant. I love this one, okay? This one is called a peperomia. Down here, I have my elephant ear philodendron. Okay, getting nice and big. How big the leaves are. I have another favorite of mine. This is called a black coral, the Colocasia plant. So this is also an elephant ear plant. Okay, the Colocasia. All right, up here I have, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It is the lipstick plant. Okay. I think it's called an echinanthus. I think I butchered that. But this is a lipstick plant, and they state that when the flowers bloom, I did not get any blooms yet because I just got it. And so the blooms that are going to come out are supposed to look like little lipsticks. I have a heart-shaped philodendron. Okay. All right, heart-shaped philodendron. There we go. Down here is my Rojo Congo philodendron. Okay, Rojo meaning red. Okay, in English it's red. So it's a philodendron that grows in a little red with red tints. It does get green in time though as it matures. Another favorite of mine is an Anthurium. Okay, this one, right, with the beautiful leaves here and the flowers. Okay, I make sure that I give it bright light. Okay, okay, another Colocasia. Okay, look at the big leaves. I just got this one a couple of weeks ago, and it was only 2 little leaves. Okay, I got it on sale. There's only 2 of them, and this one was actually the baby, and this is the tallest one now, as you see. And now I have some new growth here that I'm very excited about. And you see it has some new growth there. Okay, that also requires bright light. But I have a plant here. This is a ZZ plant. This is also a first-time plant. You can beat it up and abuse it, and hopefully you do not, but if you neglect it by accident, it will forgive you. All right. Still in the living room. Here is a plant that is near and dear to my heart. Okay, I call this the grandma plant because my grandmother passed away. Remember I said her name is Juanita. She passed away in 2007, and this is the plant from the funeral. Now, of course, it's been 11 years, but the plant grew really, really, really tall. It was a couple of feet, but it started to get really leggy, and it was starting to fall over, and I didn't like its appearance. So what I did was I chopped it down. See that? I chopped it down on both sides. Okay, and then this is the new growth that I received. Okay, so it has been 11 years though. I kept it in this really big pot. It probably would have done better if it was in a smaller pot. But again, I just kept the same pot that I used when I chopped it down. And this is the growth that I have. So it is near and dear. This is my oldest plant. Oh, beautiful one. Okay. All right, here, that's her little angel that she had that I took from her room. She loved elephants. Okay, and I gave her a little polka dot plant here. This is a low light plant, so there's really no direct light source here, but it is surviving here. Okay, this polka dot plant. Over here is my birds of paradise. Okay, I do not have this near a window at all. It is doing okay so far. All right, all I have is this supplemental LED bulb. Okay, directly on it, and it seems to be doing okay. So again, that is a birds of paradise. It's supposed to get really tall. Okay, over here I have 2 bamboo. Okay, I just make sure that I keep water down in here. All right, and I also mist the leaves. Here's another bromeliad that I didn't really take care of too much, but it is still giving me new growth right here in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it off and then try to work with it. Okay, so that is actually all the plants that are in my living room. Okay, as you see here, I just have all those plants there with the additional lighting, and then I have across from the window those plants here with a whole bunch of pictures. Okay, now let's make our way into the dining room. Here, okay, all right, I have my Calathea, all right, and this is called a Calathea Medallion, okay. If you see the beautiful leaves, you see how big and round they are. This is the medallion one, and then look underneath here. Beautiful purple underneath the leaves. Okay, back here behind the Calathea is my Dieffenbachia, okay, or dung cane. Both of these are dung canes, okay. This one is a Dieffenbachia camouflage. Look at the spots on the leaves. This is one of the most beautiful Dieffenbachias that I've ever had or have seen. I love the leaves. Look at this. Tell me this is not beautiful. It's a camouflage. If we come up a little bit, I have another ZZ plant. Okay, this is a brand new one that I keep on the shelf. The shelf I got from IKEA. And then over here I have my 2 cactus that I just keep here on the shelf. Okay, I did receive this 2 weeks ago. Okay, and this is one of my purchases from Amazon. Okay, all right, there you go. This is a succulent, so I have to make sure that I do not overwater and make sure I give it bright light. Okay. This one is called my red Aglaonema. Okay. I love the leaf color. Okay, I love this little teacup. All right, so that's a red Aglaonema. Down here is my Hoya. Okay, the Hoya rubra. Okay, look at the pretty leaves here. It is a vine. It is very slow growing, okay, but it's doing well in that location. Over here I have my chlorophytum, and this is a spider plant. Okay, the growth was stunted for a very long time, and it finally started to grow. This one is the Dracaena reflexa, and another name for it is called the Song of India. Here are my next group of favorite plants, and this is my croton. Okay, and I have a bunch of different varieties of the croton. Okay, but I love growing these tropical plants. It reminds me of the Caribbean islands. So I have that croton, which is doing well. Okay, I have another croton over here. Okay, this one actually had a infestation of mushrooms. Well, as you see, there's one. I actually leave it alone, and the growth has been, like, I've had 2 new leaves in like 2 weeks, and it has never been that fast growing. So I'm leaving the mushrooms there. I don't know why they're growing there, but it's not killing the plant. It's actually doing so good to it. So I have a croton here, a croton here. I have another croton here. This is nicknamed the dreadlock croton. Okay, and then I have this croton here, and this is called the gold dust. Okay, love that. This is all new growth up at the top, and I just love the leaf color. And as you see, I love my crotons. Okay, right here, okay, is my Alocasia, okay, aka the African mask. This is a baby. I got this off of another plant. If you come down here, okay, then you will see my snake plant. My snake plant I've had for many years. This is another beginner plant, okay, easy to take care of. You can neglect it and it will forgive you. Here I have my Neanthe Bella Palm, okay. This is a pretty low light plant too, and it has a lot of new growth. This is doing well. Next to it is another Anthurium, and I love this one because of the pink flowers. Over here I have my mini Schefflera. Okay, I do have a larger version of this, which I'll show you soon, but this is the mini Schefflera. Over here I have a purple passion. Alright, this is the one of the plants that I do not miss, okay, because of the fuzzy leaves. The last time I had a purple passion and I sprayed the leaves, then it started to wilt and become moldy. So I don't do that. It's doing very well. Okay. Over here I have my Sago Palm. This Sago Palm is doing well. As you see, I have 3 new shoots coming. 3 of them, 3 new leaves. Okay. Very easy maintenance plant. Okay. Back here I have a zebra plant that is not doing well. I rarely have success with this plant. I'm gonna try again. It's been getting new growth, but then now over here it's getting like it's very limp. So I don't know why it's like that. Over here I have a yucca plant. Okay, so this is supposed to get tall. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a bushy plant or if it's gonna be a tall yucca plant. Okay. Also in here I have the mother-in-law's tongue, so another Sansevieria. Here I have a Dracaena Spike. Okay, so this is another Dracaena. Okay, so this is the corner here. Again, all being supplemented by 3 LED lights here. Another LED light bulb there, and 1 here. Okay, and so it makes this area very, very, very bright. Up here I have 4 plants. Here I have my Bromeliad Neoregelia. Okay, this is a beautiful bromeliad. I love this one because it's not about the flowers, it's all about the foliage. How beautiful. Back here is another version of the zebra plant. So it's another version of this one. Okay, yeah, so this is called a zebra plant. This one is much more bushier. Here I have a cylindrical snake plant, also known as the Sansevieria cylindrica. And you see I have new growth here. So excited about that. Over here is a peace lily. Okay, peace lily, again, another low light plant for beginners, also low maintenance. Do not water, overwater this. Okay, these brown, it doesn't mean that the plant is dying. I have to these flowers have been up here for a while, so now I have to just cut them. Okay, but other than that, this plant is doing well. It'll let you know when it needs watering because then the plant will start to get sad and lean down. Over here I have a Monstera plant. Okay, here's the Monstera. It's actually a pretty low light plant, but it will thrive better if it's in a highlight and direct. Okay, so this is the Monstera I have sitting on my dining room table. Next to it, I have my string of bananas plant. Okay, becoming a favorite of mine. It is growing like crazy. Okay, and it's pretty new. There you go. Just got it. I have a umbrella plant. Okay, this is a Schefflera, but this is the umbrella plant version. As you see, the leaves are nice and tall, so if you look up, it covers you like an umbrella. Okay, there are 3 of them in there. Okay, nice and strong. I miss this dearly. It's my big baby. All right, in the corner, you have the corn plant. I need to repot this. I've been beating it up, but it's still forgiving. Okay, so this is the corn plant. Over here is another Rojo Congo Philodendron. This is the baby version. As you see how light the color is, and when they grow in, they're reddish. They get light green, and then they're gonna start to look like the more mature red, the Rojo Congo Philodendron that I showed you earlier. Here is another Anthurium. Here is a sad case, and I need some help on this one, somebody. This is my fiddle leaf fig, my Ficus murata, and I had this for a couple of months. This is the new growth, and as you see, it is growing in as if the leaves are burned. And then here I have spots on the leaves on that one. So I'm getting new growth, but they're not growing in right. Now I did just supplement this light because this light, of course, is not enough. It's blocked by another home. And it's actually a north-facing window, so it's not a lot of bright light. I do not have a lot of bright light options in this house, and so I had to supplement with 2 LED along with this. And so I'm getting a new growth, but I'm having a problem. You see, I'm having brown around the edges. I'm trying to keep the humidity high. I'm spraying it, someone please help. I don't know what to do with this, but I love this fig. Okay. All right, and last but not least, I really don't want to show you this, but I will anyway. This was my first attempt at doing a succulent garden. This was my first time ever working with succulents outside of the jade plant. So I really do not know the names of the succulents. Some of them I had to pull up already out of the dirt, as you see here, because they died. So this was the attempt of the garden. From far away, it looks beautiful. But then you'll see that I did overwater. I had a lot of leaf drop here. Okay, this one actually survived. This one didn't. It seemed like it got burned. This one is surviving. This one is doing well. This one is doing well. The cactuses. This one actually was infested with mealybugs. So this was my attempt. It was beautiful when I first did it, but because I did not know too much about caring for succulents, I actually messed it all up. So I will start again, okay? But I love the idea of doing this. I thought it was beautiful. Okay? The key is do not overwater. All right, so guys, this is my collection throughout my living room and dining room. Okay, and then now I would like to show you my plants that are in the bedroom and kitchen. So follow me. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. Okay, and the first hanging plant that I have is my marble queen pothos. Okay, there we go. Look at the leaves. Again, a nice plant that you can easily take care of. Okay, so that is the marble queen pothos that I have hanging. On top of that, if you can see, it's pretty little light, so sorry about that, is the goldfish plant. So with this goldfish plant, this is called the Neanthe. The leaves that grow from this actually look like little goldfish. Right now, all of my leaves, all of my flowers, all of my flowers actually died and fell off, so I'm waiting for them to bloom again. But again, I love that because they actually just looks just like this. Okay, this requires bright light and it needs to be misted often. So I will give you an update when it starts to bloom. I'll show you. Down here I have my old aloe vera plant that I've had for a couple of years, and as you see, it needed to be potted a long time ago. Okay, there we go. Over here is another succulent that I'm not aware of, but I loved how it looked and I loved the container that it was in. Here's another succulent that I have in a cup that my daughter made me when she was in middle school. Now she is a college graduate. So here's another succulent. Okay, there's better lighting. Some more succulents that I have planted in the self-watering potter, but I do not have water in here. I've only watered this one time, and that was when I potted a couple of months ago. If you see, I have new growth there, okay, and I did not have those middle leaves at all, okay? And actually with this one, I believe it's called a white chalk. I'm not sure, but it does have a chalky feeling, as if you can rub it off or something like that, but they've gotten a lot thicker and fatter. Okay. All right, if we come down, we have some more succulents. This one is not a succulent, of course. This is another gold dust croton that I have sitting here in the window. Another succulent. Okay, and it has a pup there on the side. Over here is another one. I love this one. This one is called a chocolate soldier. Okay, looks like a spider. It's another succulent. I do not know the name of that one. It's not doing too well with that middle one, but these seem like they're taking to it. I think I used too much water. Here's another jade. I have those all in mason jars. Say hi to my Care Bears. Okay. Another jade type. Okay. And over here I have a transplanted Wandering Jew. So I had 3 or 4 cuttings that I got from my mother's plant, and they rooted, and I repotted it last week, so I'm hoping that it does well here. So that's the Wandering Jew. And over here are 2 baby spiders that I got from someone that I clipped off of their plant, and those are 2 separate ones that I put in there because I wanted to get really bushy. And that's the spider. So now when I back up, this is my setup for my kitchen. It's not that big, but I will be expanding. Okay, now if we come into my bedroom, okay, you'll see that I have another light setup here that pointing towards the plants that are actually up against the window. And that is because, again, this is a north-facing light window. So I'm getting not a lot of sunlight from this section. And so I wanted to supplement, and because I do not have any type of track lights or know how to do that, which would make it look much nicer, but I just use this lamp, okay, to supplement. And these plants are probably doing the best, okay? Over here I have a Majesty Palm. All right, this is not one of the best of my palms, okay? It always had these 2 new growths in there somewhere, but it will not open. I don't know what's going on with this. It's not dying, but it's not doing nothing. It's not doing anything. Okay. All right. Down here is another bromeliad. Okay. I have a golden pothos. So this is another version of the pothos. I have the silver pothos, the marble queen, and I have the golden. Okay. Over here is the only plant I do not know the name of. I do not know what this is. If someone can help me, it only said tropical foliage. Okay, this is what it looks like. I don't know if this is I'm not even gonna guess. I don't know if it's a philodendron, if it's a type of pothos, I don't know. But it's not vining. So that's why I wouldn't say it is a pothos, because it's not a vine. It's actually standing up. Okay. Here is called a Florida Beauty. Okay. This is the one that I had previously in the dining room that only had a little stick, and I told you I was going to let you know what this was. So this is a Florida Beauty, also known as the Dracaena Spikes. Ooh, Dracaena Spikes. All right, there we go. AKA the Florida Beauty. Here's another jade. Prayer plant. Okay, a Maranta, I believe. All right, this is a prayer plant. This closes up at night. Again, this is one of those plants that, to conserve water, it will curl up. Okay, or if it's getting too much light, then it will also curl up to shade itself. This one is doing pretty well. It loves this artificial light. As you see, it's not curling up at all. It loves this bright light. I've been trying to keep the leaves dusted, but for some reason, they're still, I don't know why they're getting this white covering, but I do wipe them off all the time. Okay. If we come up, I have some more succulents and cactus. Okay. Here is my, I believe it's called a string of beads. Okay, which is the slowest growing one I have. Okay, I haven't seen any new growth, or maybe it's too small for me to tell, but I think it's the cutest little plant. Over here is another succulent. Okay, up here, okay, is called a false Aurelia, a false Galaxy Aurelia. Okay, this one is not doing well. I don't know if I'm not watering it enough, giving it enough humidity, enough light, but this is supposed to grow into a palm. This is like the Chifleras. They're supposed to get really tall and palm tree like. It's called a Galaxy False Aurelia, but it's not doing well right now, so I have to nurse it a little bit. Over here I have another purple passion. I love those. It's just, I love that color. Okay, so I have one here in the bedroom. Over here is a purple waffle. Okay, my fixation with purple. And again, I have the purple underneath the leaves. Okay, it has good growth. Okay, purple waffle. Here, I have two bromeliads that are in these self-watering plant potters. Okay. And in the middle, I have two Phalaenopsis, okay, my orchid that I just finished watering, okay, which are doing very well. I have some new growth, okay, I have new growth here. It's doing pretty well in this window. I believe the Phalaenopsis is the easier of the orchid to take care of, and those are the two that I'm working with, hoping that I can get it to bloom and to grow and to flourish. So this is my section here in the bedroom. And all the plants here are doing well. I mist them daily. I check on them with a water meter. And I make sure I keep the lights on. And they're all on a timer. Okay. Now let's go outside and let's show you what I have on my porch. Okay, here I have 4 tomato plants that I have been growing from seeds inside of my home. I am so proud of myself because this is the first time that I actually am growing something from a seed. Okay, and so those are my tomatoes. And I believe that I may start bearing fruit soon because I'm getting flowers at the top. So I don't know if you can really see them. Here I'm getting flowers. Let me see if I can show you a good flower. Where is it? So you don't think I'm lying? There you go. Flowers. There's a really good flower there. So maybe that means that I'm going to start producing some fruit. hopefully. Okay. All right, over here is my Mexican fan palm tree. All right, this requires a ton of light. I love this palm. Again, makes me feel like I'm in the South or I'm in the Caribbean somewhere. It has some new growth down here, so it is definitely loving this direct, bright sun. Okay, again, that's the Mexican fan palm. Over here is another philodendron, elephant ear. Okay, and this one is the one that has the biggest leaves. See how big they are? Huge. Okay, I love that. Over here is a courteline. Okay, this was being nursed. This was actually dying, and now it's doing much better. Here is my attempt to grow strawberries. Okay, so far the plant looks healthy, but still not bearing any fruit. I've had this since the spring. That is not doing well. I did not give it enough bright light. Maybe it might recover. I originally thought that the brown around the edges meant that I was burning the leaves, and it was actually because I was not providing enough light at all. Okay, if you see one of the original leaves, you'll see how it has the burgundy at the end and it comes in the green and the burgundy just runs across. It is a beautiful red banana plant, and it is still producing new growth. So I'm hoping that in time the new growth will start to come in beautifully and I can cut off all of this dead stuff. I'm so mad because this is a beautiful plant. Okay, or tree. So if someone can help me with this, I would appreciate it. Okay. Here is another courteline, but it is also planted with the Diplodenia. All right. Okay. Over here is another Sago Palm. This Sago Palm died and came back. It had no stalks. It was dying. I overwatered. This was all nasty and mushy. I brought it out here to get direct sun, and look at the new growth. I'm so excited. Now I get to bring it back in the house. Right. Here is a Tropicana Canna, and actually with this Tropicana, this was dying as well. And now this is the baby. This was the original mother plant, and it wasn't doing well and it was dying, and it sent off a baby. And now look at the growth and look at the leaves. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. All right, Tropicana Canna. Okay, and it's gonna have big, beautiful flower that's gonna come out the middle. Right. Here next to it, invading, is my grapevine tree that I got from Home Depot. All right, when I got it, it was just a stick. Okay, with just three sticks. And this is the new growth that I have from the spring. I have no fruit yet. I don't know if it's because of if this is not the right year for fruit, or maybe it'll fruit later on. Not sure. This is an experiment. This is my first time growing grapes. I have it with a trellis, and it's growing pretty nicely. So we'll see. I'll give an update if it starts to grow any type of fruit. But if anyone knows what I can do to make it better, let me know. I do give it fertilizer that is made just for these types of plants. Okay, all for fruits. Over here is a peace lily that was dying that come back to life. Here is a birds of paradise that was not doing well. Okay, as you see, a lot of the stems got cut. It wasn't doing well, but look, now we have a new growth here. Okay, and it may start to look good enough to be able to bring it back in-house for the winter. Over here are my 5 pepper plants. Okay, these are my pepper plants, and they're also blooming too, but they're kind of small, so I've got some flowers. So I'm hoping that fruit will come from these little things. Okay, see? All right. So again, that's my attempt at growing green peppers, and I grew them also from seeds. All right, over here are my Sarracenia purpuras. All right, I got this from a local nursery. So this is a Sarracenia purpura, also known as the pitcher plant. this is a carnivorous plant, which means that it feeds off of insects and its growth. The plant's growth depends on insects. Here is a new growth. Okay, here is another new growth. This is a very low maintenance plant, and it also is right in my zone. So it's zone hardy for zone 7, which means that it can stay out here. So even in the winter time, there's no need for me to bring this in. As long as it gets sprayed and it has its humidity, and you keep water inside of the pitchers so that it can catch the bugs. Let me show you if there's any in here that has any bugs in there. I'm not sure if you can see, those little hairs actually trap the bugs down in there. So when the insects do go down in there, they can't get back up. They can't climb back up. So that's a pitcher plant. I have one there. I have one here. Okay. All right, here is my Meyer lemon. All right, it's in its first year. When I first got it, again from Home Depot, it was just the stick, and then now this is all the new growth from the Meyer lemon. I've been using fertilizer for a citrus plant. Okay. Tagline, this is Meyer lemon, and it's first year, so I do not expect any fruit. Okay, and I know that soon I will have to repot it into a bigger pot so that it can start doing its thing. All right, come down here. I have a Schefflera. So this is another mini Schefflera, and I love this one because look at the long stem, because of course this is one that also died, but it started to look like it was bonsai. All right, so we have the long stem, and then now you have these little ones that just popped out, and then you have this all pretty and bushy. I think it is the cutest thing. The view of my enclosed porch and all the plants that I have here. Overall, okay, this is my plant tour. This is my collection. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see any new videos. Take care. Peace.